Switch 2 is delayed, Mafia might be back, and Ubisoft's legal defense is, well, insane. Buckle up for this week's gaming chaos. Okay, so gaming this week is total chaos. The kind where you open Twitter for one update and end up down a rabbit hole of lawsuits, tariffs, and region-locked consoles you can't even play outside Japan. We've got Nintendo delaying Switch 2 pre-orders because of US tariffs, but don't worry, they're still launching in June. Well, maybe. Then there's Ubisoft's basically telling the courts that yeah, you paid the game but you don't actually own it. Like, what? And oh yeah, GOG dropped 1,000 classic PC games for the price of a coffee. Microsoft tried making an AI version of Quake 2 and it turned out into a pixelated soup. And some poor gamer got a banned PS5 from Sony itself, day one, straight from the official store. Imagine the horror. Also, more Titanfall 3 rumors again. And Mafia fans, you might want to circle August 8th on your calendar just in case that Steam leak turns out into real. There's a lot to break down, some hype, some head shakes and some WTF moments, but that's why we are here. Gaming news. Switch 2 drama, delays, tariffs and region locks. Nintendo's had a roller coaster of a week. First, we were all hyped for Switch 2 pre-orders to open on April 9th in the US. That was the date set and confirmed. Then out of nowhere, tariffs hit. Boom! Nintendo slams the brakes. They didn't cancel the pre-orders, but they put them on pause to assess the impact. What's corporate speaks for wait, this costs us for a LOT more than we thought. And just to be clear, the console itself is still dropping June 5th as of now. But don't be surprised if availability becomes a problem or if pricing gets weird depending on what the US government decides next. Meanwhile, over in Japan, Nintendo is doing something totally different, launching a special Chapter 2 model which is around 49,980 yen, which is around $330 US. Awesome, right? Not so fast. That model is fully region locked. It only works with Japanese accounts, the system language is locked into Japanese and it can't access or play international games. It's like buying a Ferrari and being told you can only drive it in one alley behind your house. So why would Nintendo do this? Two reasons: scalpers and currency crashes. The yen's been weak and Nintendo wants to protect Japanese buyers from the chaos of global demand. There will be around a 69,980 yen, which is around $470 version sold worldwide via the My Nintendo store that isn't region locked. But good luck importing the cheaper one unless you speak fluent Japanese and never want to play anything global. It's smart, strategic, but man, it's Nintendo being very Nintendo. Ubisoft says you don't own the games. Now, let's talk about Ubisoft, who just reminded us why physical game collectors still exist. Players who bought The Crew, a racing game released back in 2014, woke up one day to find out they could no longer play it. But why? Ubisoft shut down the servers. The game was online always, and when the servers died, the game went with them. Now enters the lawsuit. A group of US gamers are suing Ubisoft, claiming they paid for a product that now seems completely unusable. Seems fair, right? But Ubisoft's response is wild. They're saying you didn't buy the game, you bought a license to play it. And since that license depends on their servers, they can revoke it whenever. Even worse, promotional material at launch said that the games would be supported until at least 2099. That's not a typo. 2099, a sci-fi promise that evaporated in the single press release. This case is more than just a fight over one game. It's a warning shot for every digital purchase you've ever made. Because if Ubisoft wins, it gives publishers to green light to yank only one game anytime and legally get away with it. So yeah, maybe think twice before buying another live service title on day one. GOG's 1,000+ game sale. Old school heaven. GOG is running a massive blowout sale on over 1,000 classic PC games, and these deals are unreal. We are talking legit PC royalty here. Deus Ex Game of the Year edition. It's $1. Yeah, just single dollar. SimCity 4 Deluxe at just $5 and XCOM 2 with just $3 in hand. Fear Platinum with $1.50. Fallout 1, 2 and Tactics bundled together for basically lunch money. These aren't broken abandonware ports either. GOG works hard to make sure everything runs on modern hardware with no DRM, no spyware and no client required. What makes GOG special is their preservation policy. If a publisher pulls a game from a store later, once you've bought it, it's yours. You can re-download it, back it up and play it forever, like how gaming used to work. It's kind of beautiful, honestly. In a world full of microtransactions, live service reboots and corporate shutdowns, these sale feels like a time capsule. A reminder that great games don't need battle passes or login bonuses. Sometimes they just need a mouse and a keyboard and a little free time. Microsoft's AI demo, the Quakening. Alright, buckle up. Microsoft showed off an AI-powered gameplay demo this week that was supposed to look like Quake 2, and the internet immediately responded with one voice: please stop. The demo was built using something called the human action model, which lets AI generate what it thinks gameplay looks like. But there's a massive flaw. The AI only remembers 0.9 seconds of what's happening. What's the meaning of it? If you look left, then right, the entire map regenerates. Enemies disappear, textures glitch out, and the level design becomes pure spaghetti. It's like playing a game inside a fever dream. The frame rate's a slideshow. The graphics are blurry beyond grief, and the controls are delayed to the point where jumping feels like a turn-based RPG. To be fair, the concept is interesting. AI-generated levels could one day create infinite replayability, but right now, it's more like a haunted VHS tape that just a next-gen shooter. Facts. Number 1. Sony's banned PS5 mishap. A Reddit post said that I bought a nice PS5 Pro directly from PlayStation Direct and got it today. So stoked, I hooked it up on the software updates. Then it says that your access to the PlayStation network is temporarily or permanently prohibited. Called Sony and gave them the serial number, and they proceeded to tell me the console was listed as stolen. Huh? Yeah, that happened. Turns out Sony had flagged the console as stolen by mistake from their own stock. Thankfully, support unlocked it remotely and apologized. But still, it's a nightmare situation. If that person hadn't been tech savvy or persistent, they might have been just stuck with a $500 brick. If you're running Red Dead Redemption 2 on an Intel Arc A770 or similar GPU, you might have noticed something off, like your monitor stuck at 60Hz when it should be pumping 144. The issue is DirectX 12. Intel's acknowledged it and fixed it pretty straightforward. Switch to the Vulkan API for smoother performance. Some tips? Sure. Disable the pause game on focus lock function. This helps you keep your refresh rate steady. Avoid alt-tabbing like your life depends on it. It can throw the game into borderless mode, which messes with your refresh rates. And finally, double-check your monitor settings too. No eco modes, and make sure 144Hz is enabled in the panel. This isn't just limited to Intel Arc cards either. A few other setups have seen similar bugs, but for Arc users, Vulkan is the move right now. Microsoft's AI Quake 2 demo. Cool tech, but maybe not just a game yet. Microsoft recently showed off their WHAMM, short for World and Human Action Mask GIT model, and it's basically an AI trying to generate a game like Quake 2 in real time. The result? A playable, well, slideshow. The tech is cool, AI creates the visuals and reacts to your inputs on the fly, but the frame rate, input lag and general jank made it more science fair project-like than a game night material. Still, it's part of Microsoft's bigger co-pilot for gaming vision, using AI to help developers prototype ideas, preserve old games and maybe one day build titles without full engines. A cool glimpse into the future, right? But for now, probably best to keep Quake 2 installed the old-fashioned way. Let's move on to the leaks and rumors. Number 1. Mafia the Old Country leak. A Steam listing may have spilled the beans on Mafia the Old Country, supposedly dropping on August 8. The page was taken down, but not before the fans screenshotted everything. Looks like we're going back to vintage mob life. If 2K confirms it, then expect a big marketing push very soon. Number 2. Titanfall 3, real or not? Once again, Titanfall 3 rumors have resurfaced, this time from Apex Legends data miners. Claims include a full single-player campaign, live service multiplayer, the whole package. But known insider Jeff Grubb squashed the hype, not happening, not in dev. Respawn is still tied up with Apex and Star Wars Jedi, so as usual, don't get your hopes up. Number 3. Switch 2 stockpile clues. Bloomberg spotted a huge spike in Nintendo shipments. 750,000 consoles sent to the US from Vietnam in February alone. That's more than the last 6 months combined, likely to move or dodge tariffs before they go into effect. Translation: there should be plenty of Switch 2 units on launch day, barring more surprises. Number 4. Deus Ex reboot pitched. Eidos Montreal has reportedly pitched a new Deus Ex game to several publishers. But so far, crickets. No one wants to fund it. Publishers see it too as too niche, but it's not the same game that got canned in the Embracer layoffs. This is a new concept with some fresher twists. Fingers crossed, someone takes a chance, because honestly we could use some more cyberpunk that doesn't come up with 100 gigabytes of bugs. So yeah, gaming news this week was absolutely unhinged. Nintendo's dodging tariffs with region-locked consoles, Ubisoft's fighting to redefine digital ownership, and Microsoft's AI Quake demo made me feel like I was watching VHS through a kaleidoscope. Then you've got Sony shipping banned PS5s, GOG handing out the classic PC games like Candy, and Titanfall 3 rumors rising from the grave, only to be immediately body slammed, backed into the dirt, where you can buy a new console that won't let you play global games, a digital game that disappears, or a PS5 that shows up permanently prohibited. But also, we've got sales, surprises, and leaks that still get our hopes up. Whether it's Mafia the Old Country, a dream for Titanfall 3, or that maybe Deus Ex revival, there's always something around the corner. Anyway, that's your gaming news recap. So grab some $1 classics from GOG, double check your PS5 serial number, and pray that Nintendo doesn't slap another region lock onto their wallet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more such content. Until next time, keep gaming, keep glitching.